A windy evening here at Northwest Stadium as the number 4 ranked Northwest Wolves 9-2 on the season welcome in the 4-7 Urbandale Jayhawks. It's a rematch of a big game last year, 2 state participants, but a lot has changed for these two programs since last year's double overtime win for Urbandale. A lot of graduated seniors for the Jayhawks from last year's squad. Their leading goal scorer, Hayden Marks, 21 goals last season, along with Urizanti Nukimana, as he contributed 11 last year, and even Carlos Ariana with 9 goals last year. A lot of scoring, 31 goals that had to be replaced, over half of last year's total mark. Rocky Carver has been the player trying to carry the load for the Jayhawks this season, leads the team with 6 goals on the year. And actually make that 7, on the other side for Northwest. It is senior night. A lot to play for tonight. The final home game for a lot of these kids as they're going to end their year with 4 straight games on the road. They are 9-2 in today's contest. Only 2 losses this year, a 1-0 loss to Johnson early on in the season, and a recent loss 1-0 as well to Pleasant Valley. Both those teams ranked in the top 5 at 2 and 5 respectively. The top 5 right now, very CIML heavy, with Dowling coming in at number 1, Johnston at 2, Valley at 3, these Northwest Wolves at 4, then finally Pleasant Valley coming in at 5. Rounding out the top 10 is Prairie, Bettendorf, Des Moines East, Ames, and Cedar Rapids Kennedy. So a lot of familiar names on that list. Northwest beating Ames earlier this year 5-3. So some very impressive wins for them this season. Urbandale on the other side, 4-7 this year, a far cry from the 16 wins they put up a season ago, but a lot to look forward to throughout the season. They have the ability and returners to be able to take down anyone this year, with Rocky Carver leading the way for them. Mentioned his 7 goals already above his season total from last year. Other players to watch out for included Ben Kroll, another upperclassman on this year's roster. 3 goals for him this season, second on the team. And Darby Wesley, their head coach, he led this team to the state quarterfinals last year before the loss to Ankeny Centennial to close out the season. Had a chance to talk with him today. Said they're excited to bring the team into Waukee Northwest for the senior night tonight. With the exciting game last year with a double overtime win for them, it's going to be fun to see how the teams match up this season. And then there's a lot of respect and admiration for Coach Carlos on the other side for Northwest. This program has been getting it done for a long time. Wesley, a former assistant at Ankeny, he's gotten to see through multiple teams what matching up against Carlos and formerly the Waukee Warriors, now the Northwest Wolves, really looks like. And they graduated some top players last year, but he thinks this is a great test for his team coming into tonight. We're going to take a short break. We'll be back to look at the lineups for today's game and some keys to watch for both teams as we get set to start senior night action here from Waukee Northwest. You're watching CIML Soccer on CISN.TV.
Setting sales records at the all-new DeArmond Ford Indianola. Many new Fords in stock and arriving daily. The hard-to-find Bronco and Bronco Sports are in stock and have up to $500 accessory bonus cash. The best-selling truck in America, the F-150, get 3.9% APR for 60 months, plus $1,000 bonus cash, plus $1,000 accessory bonus cash. All this is happening now at DeArmond Ford Indianola. DeArmondFord.com, family-owned, family values.
I'm off to college. Oh, rats!
Hi, Joe the car guy with a reminder. Before you send your kids off to school, set up an appointment with Westside Auto. We check everything from tires to belts, fluids, hoses, wipers, and lights. 44 inspection points to help prevent that oh rats moment for your students. Call us today to set up your appointment. We'll have your kids off to school saying,
For the best, head west.
Westside Auto.
We all love a good win, however small or ordinary. Losing track of time, finding yourself with a few extra dollars in your pocket, soaking up the perfect Iowa day. These are the everyday delights and small victories that make us smile. These are the moments that connect us all as Iowans. And these are the moments that, more often than not, start with Iowa's farm families and the corn they're growing. Because when corn grows Iowa, Iowans win.
Ever have one of those awkward moments when a business disappointed you? You got ripped off? Didn't get what you expected? The Better Business Bureau can help you avoid these uncomfortable situations. BBB accredited businesses are honest, ethical, and reviewed annually by the BBB. Don't experience another awkward moment with a bad business. Trust the ones that operate with integrity. Look for the BBB seal. It's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore, and you've probably noticed there's shortages on most everything in the market today. Well, Heat and Glow has helped us out this year, and they are focusing their energy on their gas fireplace inserts. So if you've got a drafty old wood-burning fireplace and you want to get it retrofitted into a beautiful, high-efficient gas fireplace, come see us. We will have product to sell you.
Heat and Glow gas fireplace insert from Fireplace Superstore. 109th and Douglas at Urbandale, just west of Homemaker.
It is a big night of soccer, one of the last games of the year. We're into the final 5 games of the season for most of these teams. Northwest 9-2 on the year. Urbandale 4-7, trying to play spoiler here tonight as Northwest picking up their second loss of the season recently in that 1-0 loss to Pleasant Valley. But it has been a fantastic season for them so far On the other side, for Urbandale, like I mentioned, 4-7. Their wins this year over Lincoln, Indianola, Waukee, and Des Moines North. They had their senior night against Waukee just over about a week ago, back on the 25th. But they've got a lot of talent. Rocky Carver, like I mentioned, the player leading the way for them. We'll have their starting lineup here coming up in a minute. But Northwest on the other side, you can't overlook any team. And as they saw last year, Urbandale could play with the best of them, even when down a couple players. And that double overtime game, a huge matchup between two state teams. And while the rosters may look different for both these squads, with Northwest also having to replace Tyler Rayburn as well as some strong defensive players, they've looked strong this year, 9-2, led by 14 goals from senior Cole Schrage. He'll be headed to play for the Drake Bulldogs this coming fall. But first, he's got a state title on the mind as they came up just short to Pleasant Valley last year. And then, as you just mentioned, the close loss 1-0 to Pleasant Valley in one of their recent contests. So they've gotten the better of Northwest over the last two seasons. It'll be 40 minutes on the clock as Coach Wesley giving some last-minute advice to his team before we are set to get this one started. Rocky Carver, 7 goals on one side for Urbandale, the team's leading scorer, and 14 goals on the other side for Cole Schrage, the senior. Carver, a year ago, was a big part of the offense, 5 goals as a sophomore. Now as an underclassman, he has become one of the team captains and a very important part to what this team likes to do offensively, as Northwest making their way back out of the locker room. And a lot of seniors for this year's team, including Eric Mancata and Cole Schrage. Schrage this year with 14 goals, Mancata with 11 assists to lead their team in those respective categories. On their side, I mentioned it is Carver that he's going to have to be big here tonight for Northwest. In goal for Urbandale is going to be Blake Bullerman. On the other side, it'll be the junior Will Looking Bill, as he is taking over strong play this year and is a lot to look forward to as we are set to continue through this season. Looking at the starting lineups first for the visiting Urbandale Jayhawks. It includes number 3, Ben Kroll, number 4, Dennis Sahich, number 5, Ben Sandoval Orgdagic, number 6, Rocky Carver, number 8, Keenan Hadarich, number 11, Jude Hissler, number 15, William Johnson, number 19, Mason Epperson, number 17, Keelan Parker, number 21, Abe Dingus, number 29, Taribu Abalaka, and finally, number 30, Blake Bullerman in net tonight. Number 21. On the other side, it is number 1, Will Looking Bill, who will be getting the start tonight. Taribu Abalaka. Looking at the rest of the starting lineup, it includes number 6, Cooper Collins, one of the captains on this year's squad, along with number 8, Eric Mancata, Cole Schrage, number 10, Owen Duff, number 24, Landon Steffi, number 16, Grant Gilmore, number 18, Riley Jones, number 19, number 21, Aiden Kongtawarn, number 22, Mana Valia Parambil, and number 30, JT Suss. A big key for Urbandale is going to be to keep the ball away from Cole Schrage. Had a big performance with a couple of big goals against Anking last time they were at home. Eric Mancata with a pair of assists and a goal in that one as well to help lead the way in a 4-0 victory over the Hawks for the Northwest Wolves. Urbandale coming today's game off a pair of wins last week over Waukee and North, looking to ride that winning streak here into tonight. They had lost 5 straight before that after a win 3-0 against Indianola, losses to East, Johnston, Ames, Valley, and Southeast Polk. 3 of those teams in the top 5 in this year's rankings, and quite a few of them strong plays as well. We'll take a break for the national anthem and be back right here on CISN.TV.
All love a good win, however small or ordinary. Losing track of time, finding yourself with a few extra dollars in your pocket, soaking up the perfect Iowa day. These are the everyday delights and small victories that make us smile. These are the moments that connect us all as Iowans. And these are the moments that, more often than not, start with Iowa's farm families and the corn they're growing. Because when corn grows Iowa, Iowans win.
Ever have one of those awkward moments when a business disappointed you? You got ripped off? Didn't get what you expected? The Better Business Bureau can help you avoid these uncomfortable situations. BBB accredited businesses are honest, ethical, and reviewed annually by the BBB. Don't experience another awkward moment with a bad business. Trust the ones that operate with integrity. Look for the BBB seal. It's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore, and you've probably noticed there's shortages on most everything in the market today. Well, Heat and Glow has helped us out this year, and they are focusing their energy on their gas fireplace inserts. So if you've got a drafty old wood-burning fireplace and you want to get it retrofitted into a beautiful, high-efficient gas fireplace, come see us. We will have product to sell you.
Heat and Glow gas fireplace insert from Fireplace Superstore, 109th and Douglas in Urbandale, just west of Homeacres.
Our spring sales event is going on now at DeArmond Automotive Knoxville. All new 2022s will be sold this month. Up to $5,000 off new 2022 Challenger 392 Scat Packs. Up to $15,000 off new 2022 Ram 1500 Badlanders. Save big now on all remaining new 2022s. All new Chevy, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram on sale now at DeArmond Automotive Knoxville. DeArmondAuto.com.
We are set for an exciting night of CIML soccer here. It is the number 4 ranked Northwest Wolves in the home black and blue jerseys, welcoming in the 4 and 7 Urbandale Jayhawks. It is senior night for Northwest, and they will start with the ball here tonight. Players to watch for them tonight include Eric Minkata and Cole Schrage. The two have combined for some huge performances this year and have had some really good hookups for some goals this season. On the other side, Rockney Carver leading the way for the Jayhawks. And we are officially underway as Collins is going to send this one flying. It's been a windy night here outside and expect to have that play some effect here as Schrage gets control of the ball but has it taken away. Defense played over there by Johnson, and it'll be a quick turnover, but Northwest able to recover it and will reverse back as it'll be sent to the near side for Duff. Suss playing outside here on this side of the field as well. Keeping away from Abalaka, we'll go back to the far side. Tahorn's been playing a really strong outside backer for this team this season. Suss gets it here on the near sideline. Works to make a move inside, pass back, and set up for Steffi around the Wolves logo. Duff sends this one forward, trying to get it to Collins. Sent back to Duff. A defender loses his footing. Trying to get it ahead for Valia Paramble. Kicked away by Epperson. Carver setting it back outside, trying to set some up for Johnson. It'll be reversed back to that back line. Here's Carver in the middle. Gets it back to the side for Sahich. Sahich sends this one downfield. No one there, and it'll be scooped up by Looking Bill. Just over a minute gone here in the first half, and it is going to be a type of game where I think we're going to see these two teams feel each other out. Northwest, a team that's very meticulous with their passing, and it's been their approach through a lot of games here early on in the season. Jones with it in the middle of the field, goes to Suss on the near side. Suss working against Hissler, gets it into the middle, back to Duff, and he'll send over to Steffi. Steffi gets it to Minkata. Minkata tries to set up for a run out for Balia Parambil, but a little too much underneath it, and it's scooped up by Bullerman out of midair. Bullerman will keep this one short for Sihich. In the middle for Johnson, move back out, and Valia Parambil will get in front of this ball. Has it knocked away, though. Good defense as Parker tries to come away with it, but Collins will be the first one to the ball. Schrage trying to get a back touch, and Minkata will try to corral it over on the outside. Defensively, it is Dingus that is there. It'll go out of bounds and a throw-in for Northwest. Tahorn will come up for the throw-in for the Wolves. 9-2 this season. They've been held scoreless twice, both 1-0 losses. As Schrage puts this shot on, knocked away defensively. It'll be kept here by Suss. Suss tries to move it into the middle for Jones. Jones has been playing some nice midfielder this year, an underclassman for this year's squad. And it's going to be a free kick for Northwest. 37-13 on the clock here in the first half. Still scoreless, but a free kick coming up here for Minkata. Mankata and Schrage will be set up over on the far side of the field. See if they try to set some up or leave it short. Kitahorn and Duff playing up for the Wolves. Schrage approach, backs up, and now tries to set something up. Puts a shot on, and Duff trying to keep it inbounds, but too much underneath it once again. It's going to float a little bit tonight in that wind. So it'll be a goal kick for Bullerman as this one goes out. And there'll be a quick stoppage of the clock, 36:09. I'm checking to see what the air pressure is in the ball. Don't want a Tom Brady type situation. And we are back going officially now as Urbandale trying to work this one ahead for Abalaka. He was working against Steffi. Abalaka lost possession of it, and Steffi will knock this one out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in, and Johnson will take it over on the far side. Carver and Hajdarovich work their way upfield. And they'll go to number 8, Keenan Hajdarovich. Johnson trying to keep this one inbounds. It'll go out once again. And another throw-in for the Jayhawks. Johnson trying to figure out where to go with the ball. Tries to get a little bit underneath this one. Duff will head it away. Carver comes away with it. Off the interception, off the pass. Works this back to Sayich. Sayich trying to work it over to the far side of the field. Suss the first one to it. And Valia Paramble, a nice touch forward. Sent right back where it came from, trying to set something up here for Dingus on the near side, but too strong, and it will go out of bounds for a throw-in as we hit the 5-minute mark gone in the first half. The first substitution is JT Spalding will come in for Northwest. That'll readjust the offense a little bit. As Kitahorn will move to the near side, and they'll send Suss out or into the midfielder spot on the defensive side. Played short for Duff, gets it to Kitahorn here on the near side of the field. Abalaka applying a little bit of pressure defensively. We moved over to Suss over at the 30. Back to Duff. As mentioned before, a very meticulous offense. As Jones can't control this one, it's knocked away. Defensively there was Parker. Pass back downfield. Suss steps in front of it. Goes outside for Valia Paramble, moving the ball upfield. Parker comes over defensively again, and it's sent back to Duff. Duff sends this one downfield. Schrage trying to get underneath it. It'll be headed away by Sayich. And it'll be a throw in here on the near side for Kitahorn. Gets it into Jones. Jones gets it through a couple defenders. Valia Paramble back to Collins. Over to the near side. Worked back to Mankata. Mankata sends this one forward as they're going to say that Gilmore was offsides, and it'll go back to Urbandale. In the middle, Hajdarovich loses possession of it, and Gilmore trying to work over to it. Jones steps in front of this pass. Mankata will get it back to Jones and sent back for Suss. Suss feeds it over to Duff. Now in the middle for Collins. 7 minutes or so gone here in the first half of action. No real shot on goal for either side so far. The goalies haven't been worked too much. Collins works this one inside the 35, sends it outside looking for Spalding. Spalding gets to it first, makes a move past the defender, and it's going to be launched out of bounds by Sage, and it'll be a corner kick on the far side for Northwest. Schrage and Mankata have both picked up a couple of assists off corner kicks this year, always dangerous. The player to watch in this situation is Owen Duff, a little bit extra height out there and has been the recipient of a couple of passes like that over the last 2 years. Mikado will move away. Schrage sets it up. Looking for Duff. Gets the shot off, but it is kicked away by Sahich. It'll go out to the outside for Schrage. Looks to make a couple of defenders miss. Gets this pass in, and the cross is no good. It'll go out of bounds, and a throw-in coming up for Northwest. Got the opportunity they wanted, just wasn't the best shot put on, and handled well by the Jayhawk defense. Schrage's throwing, looking to get it ahead for Gilmore. They'll send it back to the senior captain. Send back to Mankata. Mankata floats this one up. King went up but couldn't get connected with it. Philippe Paramble will track it down and feed it back to Duff. Duff, nice pass forward looking for Gilmore. Jones comes over along with King Tawern. Paramble loses it. It'll go out of bounds, and they are going to give it to Urbandale on the throw-in. This one's sent downfield. Duff heads it away. They were trying to get it to Abalak, who was looking for a run opportunity. Throwing going back the other way for King Tawern. Aiden able to get it in. Feeds it ahead, try to get it to Schrage. This one will get kicked straight up in the air. And actually that was Gilmore, excuse me. As we're approaching the 10-minute mark here in the first half, it'll be a substitution coming up for Keenan Kapich for Urbandale, the next opportunity. JT Suss controlling the ball over on the far side of the logo. Gets it back to Duff here as they work it downfield. Here's Mankata. Mankata had to Valia Parambil. Makes a nice move into the middle and fed back for Mankata. Mankata sends this one forward for Schrage, headed away by that back line. Hajdarovic feeds to the outside. This one sent down as Alabaka looking to try and get a run-on opportunity, but Looking Bill will get over to it and control it for the Wolves. Kintawarn over to Suss. Northwest dominating the time of possession so far, but haven't gotten a clear look at the goal, as that defense has packed it in around Bullerman and not allowed any clean shots to get off. Mankata controlling. Big fan of the salmon pink shoes that he's been rocking all season. This one ahead. Collins tried to make the move, but lost sight of it, it looked like. It'll go out of bounds on a throw-in. Goes off Johnson. Collins sets this one up, and it was misplayed off the body. Schrage a little too strong and scooped up by Bullerman. Counterattack opportunity come back the other way. Ball was knocked away from Hissler and coming back here for Northwest. Schrage sent forward, looking for Gilmore. Headed away by Spalding. Alabaka. This one's sent downfield. Hissler. Looking Bill will come over and scoop it up. Played short for Duff. Mentioned Northwest not a team that really likes to launch the ball downfield too much. You'll see them set up a couple of nice touch passes, but a lot of the time it is going to be passing up and down the field that allows them to control the ball as well as they do. This one, Valia Paramble trying to get it ahead for Gilmore, but knocked away. As it was Sahich there defensively. Ben Kroll on the other side as well. Hajdarovic. This one sent back to the outside, looking for Johnson. Ahead for Carver. Carver's been quiet here tonight. Leads the team with 7 goals on the season. A pair of assists for him as well in 11 contests. Spalding working on that far sideline. A little touch in the middle, but knocked away defensively as Epperson comes over. Collins let it get it past him, but he's able to recover. Tries to set up a run-up opportunity for Valia Parambil. Knocked off the ball a little bit, able to get this one over, and a bad touch off the foot for Gilmore will go out of bounds. Wasted opportunity there for Northwest, just outside the goalie box, and Bullerman will have a goal kick coming up. Bullerman, just a freshman this year for the Jayhawks. Done an admirable job this year replacing the graduated Nathaniel Hermanson. Had an 86% save percentage last year for the 16-4 Jayhawks. Mentioned beginning of the game, a lot of graduated talent from last year's squad for this Urbandale team as they look to try and make a return back to the state tournament after a disappointing loss to Ankeny Centennial in the first round last year. All eyes are on County at this point in the season. Just about 4 or 5 games left for most squads. And this is going to be do or die time as you try to set yourself up seeding-wise come playoff time. Duff gets this one over as Mankata trying to work it back into the middle. Gets held up a little bit, but no call. Alabaka comes over to take it away. Alabaka not the tallest player out there, but a lot of speed. To try to work this one back the other way. Jones over to Spalding on the outside. Controlled by Spalding. Looks to go forward for Stroggy, but knocked away by Johnson defensively on the outside. Spalding able to gain control of it again. Gets it to Suss. Northwest has quickly established itself as a soccer school. The boys team making all the way to the state championship last year's Valia Paranville can't get enough behind this one. It is scooped up by Bullerman, but this year ranked number 4. The girls squad also getting to the state tournament last season before a disappointing loss. They are ranked number 1, an undefeated start to the season for the Wolves in girls soccer. So both these teams have their eyes on making a trip to pass ahead for Mankata, too strong, but it'll be a free kick as Spalding knocked to the ground. Over 15 gone here in the first half. Both teams still feeling each other out, trying to find a spark to see if they can break this one open and put the first goal on the board. Duff to the near side for Kintawarn. Looking for a cross opportunity. Set up for Stroggy. This one trying to move downfield for Alabaka, but headed away by Duff. Another one hit high into the air. Kintawarn fighting with Dingus there. Comes away with it. Cleared out by Sage. Goes outside for Hissler. Hissler trying to feed this one forward for Alabaka. And Looking Bill will come out in net to kick this one out of bounds. A couple substitutions with Ryan Gonzalez Cabiza as well as Ben Sandoval or Dodzic coming in for the Jayhawks. See how it adjusts their lineup here, as it is Dingus and Epperson taking a seat for Urbandale. Nearing the halfway point here in the first half as both teams trying to still get that first goal. Go-ahead opportunity here, able to beat some early momentum. This one played back for Kroll. Sends it back into the middle. Looking to set up for Gonzalez Cabiza. Over the top and too far out in front for Abalaka and scooped up by Looking Bill. Left short, Kintawarn will look to bring it up on the near sideline. Get it back to Duff, now over to Suss. Mankata playing a little bit further back now as they switch up their lineup a little bit. Duff into the middle for Collins. Collins this year has been a great player in that midfield spot, taking over as a captain for this year's squad. Duff looking for a run out for Mankata. Mankata able to get to it, push a little bit in the back, but able to keep it inbounds for a second. Sage will come away with it, though, as Mankata had to fight to keep it out of the corner. Suss will head this one away, and this one will be launched back downfield by Kopich. And it'll go out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in on the far side. Pair of substitutions coming in Agassi Torres and Aiden Gabrielson for Northwest. Gabrielson hasn't got a lot of run time at home so far this season, but Agassi Torres has been in and out of the starting lineup, has had a couple nice plays early on in the year. Another minute gone off the clock as we are now under 22 left in the first half. Thrown into Suss, and they'll work it back here into the middle. Suss gets it back to Duff. Nice little pass in the middle, able to get to Jones, but Jones has it taken away. Nice defense played by Gonzalez Cabreza. Alabaca, the pass played back to him. Send this one forward a little bit, looking for Sandoval Ordagic. Ordagic leading the team with 2 assists this season, tied with Carver for most setups. Carver goes this one outside, looking for Johnson out there, and now looking for a cross opportunity. Headed away as Duff there defensively. Carver able to get over to it. Send back for Parker. Schrage comes over defensively. Coach Wesley liking the effort he's seen from his team as Parker gets the throw in. But the defense able to take it away as Collins comes away with it. Off a nice little tip away. This one knocked out of bounds from 1-6 by another 6 as Carver, last one to touch it. Excuse me, that is Parker. Duff to Contonwarren, back to Duff, and sent over to Suss. Defense has been holding out here so far for the Jayhawks. A little bit of offensive pressure on that last possession, but nothing to show for it. Still tied 0-0 as this one tried to be set up for Gabrielson, given chase, and sent out of bounds by Carver. It'll be a throw-in for the Wolves. Contonwarren will come up for the throw-in. Under 20 minutes left in the first half. Neither team anything on the scoreboard to show for their action so far. And they're going to call a handball here, and it looks like it'll go against Northwest. Schrage in on the action. Might have caught a piece of the forearm when it landed. Sage will look to clear this one out. Headed away. And it'll be controlled off of the interception by Cabreza. Carver will work this one back to Sage and over to Kroll on the far side. Northwest normal methodical approach hasn't led to any goals so far, and tried to kind of duplicate it a little bit on the other side, but a turnover by the Jayhawk offense. Collins looking for Contonwarren, working his way downfield, able to keep it inbounds. Pass into the middle and trying to get an out, little one-touch opportunity. Sent out of bounds, and looks like it's going to be a corner for Northwest. An excellent opportunity to try and cause some pressure out in front of net. Schrage and Mikata make their way here to the near side corner.
Watch the inline, defend the inline. He's going down the inline.
Schrage will move away, and Mikata on the approach. Gets the ball up. Gets down, and eventually knocked in. An impressive pass off of the corner, and it looked like it was put in by Aiden Gabrielson, number 17.
Northwest goal scored by number 17, Aiden Gabrielson.
So Gabrielson able to break this one open, the first goal of the game for Northwest. Makes it 1-0 with 18:07 left on the clock in the first half of action. Gabrielson came in as a substitution, one of only 2 so far for the Wolves in this contest. On the year, Gabrielson, his second goal, and only a second game played as well as a freshman this season. And now it'll be a free kick opportunity for Urbandale. And actually a yellow card is going to be assessed here against Suss. So it'll be a free kick now, and Suss comes off the field. They will bring Quincy Clark into the game, number 12. First yellow card of the game. Clock stopped with 17:29 left. And the free kick will be taken by Carver as they look to answer. The header. Sage couldn't, unfortunately, get it down in time as he could have had a one-timer opportunity with someone else breaking towards the goal. A beautiful pass from Rocky Carver. But the ball goes out of bounds, and we remain a 1-0 score in favor of the Wolves. So the Wolves controlling it off of the missed opportunity for Urbandale. Got a goal on their last possession thanks to a beautiful corner kick from Minkata. His 12th assist of the season, has been a great table setter all season long for this Wolves squad. Suss gets this one back in for Torres. Torres, a lot of speed out there, able to get to the outside. Knocked off the ball a little bit, but still controls it. His pass inside, though, is knocked away. Clark able to get over to this one. It'll be played forward for Minkata. Into the air for Alabaka. Alabaka looking to turn and get past Clark. Able to stop on a dime, put it back outside for Johnson. For Hissler. Tough looking to clear this one out. Goes off the foot of Kapich. They're going to say this one went off of Torres and will stay with Urbandale. As Eden Suvic will check in for the Jayhawks. Looks like Hissler will be the one coming off the field. This one goes in the middle looking for Carver. Moves it back outside for Swacker. And Swacker, another substitution that came in recently for Urbandale. Approaching the 15-minute mark here left in the first half of action. Score 1-0 off a Aiden Gabrielson goal, his second of the season. It'll be a throw in for Northwest here from the near side corner. Tower looking to get this one downfield. Schragi coming up to make a play. And he'll clear it out to the far side. A beautiful pass through a couple of defenders as Spalding able to get over to it. He knocked back Clark, the first one to it for the Wolves. Pass in the middle for Spalding, back outside. Tower in control here on the near side of the field. Looking to move downfield, trying to get it back to Gabrielson. And it'll be last touched by the Wolves. Moise Mude Bazi will be checking in for Urbandale. Looks like it'll be Alabaka taking a seat for Urbandale in this one. Goal kick coming up for Bullerman. Played over to Kroll. Kroll, one of the top returners for Urbandale from last year's squad. Has started every game this season. 3 goals for him on the year, second on the team. He and Sahich, both starters on last year's squad as well, that made it to the state quarterfinals. Made an appearance and started every single contest for them last year. It looks like a yellow card is going to be assessed here. Couldn't tell for sure who it is called against, but it looks like player is making his way off the field for Urbandale. Substitution is Amidin Mujic checks in. And it is, looks like Johnson coming off for the Jayhawks. it'll be a free kick for the Wolves, 13:27 on the clock in the first half. Wolves leading 1-0. Goal scored by Aiden Gabrielson, the freshman. Spalding will handle the free kick for Northwest. And we are back underway. Here's Clark, brings it across midfield. Second yellow card of the game assessed. First one went to JT Suss for Northwest, and now one for William Johnson on the other side for the Jayhawks. Spalding able to turn, looking to use some speed. Gets past one defender, makes a move inside. Try to play this one forward for Gilmore, and it's going to be a free kick for Northwest as Spalding was knocked to the ground. Mikata and Spalding will handle it from around the 17-yard line. Another excellent opportunity for them. Move Duff and a couple other players forward. It was a cross that led to, a corner that led to the first goal. Now a free kick. Let's see if they can set some of them up. They have a little bit of a goalie blocker in as well. As this one launched on and kept out. Great defense played as that was Mutabazi able to get a foot on it, kept the goal away from Schrage at the last second, had it past Bullerman. Not too often you beat the goalie and someone else saves it. But that was the case here, and it remains a 1-0 score. Great defensive play there from Mutabazi. A senior for this year's squad, trying to make a big play to keep it just a 1-0 score. Under 12 minutes left in the first half. Northwest continues to dominate time of possession, but only one goal to show for it so far. Schrage unable to get to it in time as this one goes out of bounds over on the far side. And a throw in due up for Urbandale. Another substitution as Joseph Rempe comes in. Looks like he'll settle in at the midfielder spot. Back live as Collins sends this one. And it was Keenan Kapich that came in to the sideline for the Jayhawks. Here's Gabrielson. One goal so far tonight, sets this one over. And looking to get it back in the middle, but headed away out there by Swacker. This one will go out of bounds on the near side and go back to Urbandale. Throw in here for Swacker, looking to get it downfield. Goes off of one touch from Sandoval or Dojic. Clark gets this one ahead for Torres. Torres able to recover it as it got in the air, gets it back to Mankata. Played back outside. Looking for Gilmore. This one's sent out wide, and it'll be a throw-in. There's Gilmore there for Northwest. Spalding will handle the throw-in. Under 10 minutes left in the first half. Northwest with a 1-0 lead. Torres has it taken away. Controlled now by Carver. Played back out wide. Sent back to Carver in the middle. Carver, mentioned before, a little quiet here tonight. Had a beautiful pass earlier that Sahich couldn't put home on a free kick opportunity. This pass intercepted by Gabrielson. Here's Schrage in the middle. Goes back out for Gabrielson, looking for a little touch. Gets the cross and kicked out of bounds. And they're going to say it went out of bounds, last touched by a Wolf. So it will go back to Urbandale with under 9:15 left in the first half. This one's sent outside as Urbandale trying to push the issue a little bit and try and get some going offensively, but Mankata will intercept the pass. And tipped away from behind as Rempe able to get over to it for the Jayhawks. Stragi trying to take it away. It'll end up with Carver, who sends it to the near side for Swacker. Taking away, another nice play by Gabrielson. Gabrielson, some strong minutes off the bench. The freshman appearing in his second game of the year, already with the second goal of the year as well. Another one of these young, talented players for Northwest. A very senior-heavy group led by Mankata and Stragi, but a lot of big returners that we'll see next season, including Will Lookingbill, Riley Jones, and a host of other players, including Jason Host, of all players as well. Owen Duff will be one of the top returners on this squad, a very strong defensive player that can also be utilized for big moments on the offensive end as well, a goal and an assist from that backline player this season. Jones sends this one out wide, a beautiful pass set right up for Spalding. Spalding looking to make the move, but a defensive play was made by Carver to knock it away. Recovered by Torres into Jones in the middle. Jones a little touch for Stragi. Stragi puts the shot on. It is knocked away. Spalding tries to answer. And then Mankata, good defense all around for Urbandale to keep this a 1-0 game. Another opportunity for Northwest as they're unable to take advantage. The defense here absolutely excellent as you see the replay on your screen. Stragi, first stop there. Another stop, and finally, Mankata's was also kicked away. And there is an injury on the field. The clock will stop. We'll take a short break and be right back here on CISN.
1,300 vehicles on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. If we don't have it, you can build it. Newly expanded service department means we're hiring. See the openings on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com.
Ever have one of those awkward moments when a business disappointed you? You got ripped off? Didn't get what you expected? The Better Business Bureau can help you avoid these uncomfortable situations. BBB accredited businesses are honest, ethical, and reviewed annually by the BBB. Don't experience another awkward moment with a bad business. Trust the ones that operate with integrity. Look for the BBB seal. It's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Free Godfather's Pizza begins with the download. Order through my new online ordering app and start earning free pizza and sides. It's easy. Download the Godfather's Pizza online ordering app today. Do it.
Looked like Kroll coming off the field as the injured player, as it was Parker returning to action. Throw in here from Kintawarn, tipped away. As a pass from Mankata, getting it back inside. Here's Collins looking to make a move. Has it tipped away. And they're going to call it as a goal kick. Excuse me, it was not Kroll that made his way to the sidelines. Cannot see the number from this angle. But an ankle injury getting looked at here at the trainer's table. Another substitution as Hajdarovic will return into the game. Sahich will get the pass off the goal kick. 6:15 left in the first half. Wolves leading 1-0 as Urbandale, as we get into the later part of this first half, looking to try and answer it before we go into the halftime break. And this will be a free kick for Northwest as Mankata got tripped up after the ball was gone. And it was Mujic is the one that made his way to the sideline after the injury. Mujic this year a junior, his 11th appearance for Urbandale. This one's sent up out wide. Gabrielson looking to track it in and set up the cross. Knocked away and tried to be cleared out, but Collins able to use his body to protect the ball. Dribbles around a couple defenders, sets this one up, and can't get a clean shot off. As Torres was coming in trying to put one home, but it will go out of bounds on the far side. and be a throw-in for the Jayhawks as they set up another opportunity with 5 minutes left on the clock before halftime. Spalding able to get up and head that one away. Try to set this one up in the middle, but it is Dean just the first one to it. Goes out of bounds, and Spalding will have another throw-in. A little bit of a late start here tonight with senior night action for Northwest. As Kroll gets this one high, and it'll go out of bounds. Clark feeds this one forward, and going back into the middle, looking for Pathuru, who recently checked in for Northwest. This one will go off Pathuru, and it'll be another goal kick set up for the Jayhawks. In the middle, sent back by Cabeza. Kroll working this one downfield, gets it back to Gonzalez Cabeza. Here's Bethura coming back the other way, gets it to Schrage. Schrage turns, no defender meeting him with the ball, and an uncontested setup here is able to get it out wide for Kentauern. Kentauern unable to keep it from going out of bounds though, so under 3.5 left, and it'll go back to Urbandale. They try to get another counterattack set up. This one headed up in the air by Dingus. It'll go into the middle, and Carver will not send it away. Duff comes over, gets it over to Schrage. Schrage trying to set this one up for Torres. Torres puts the shot on, and a last-second save. What a play there for Bullerman. Able to stretch out, get a fingertip on it, and keep that one from the back of the net. And Schrage set it up beautifully, and Torres couldn't do it really any better. And it'll be another corner opportunity. This is the side where Mankata picked up the assist. Gabrielson putting it home. 2:30 left on the clock. Northwest trying to double their lead. And it'll be sent right back. So set up another corner for Mankata. Two defenders out there waiting to mark up on Schrage. Mankata sets up another one. Schrage gets this one, and it looks like Torres actually is the one that kept this from finding the back of the net, as he just found himself in the wrong place at the wrong time. Schrage, with a nearly point-blank shot, went off his own teammate and out of bounds. Spalding steps in front of this pass, looking to get past Hajdarevic. Sends outside for Torres. Torres on a cross. Goes off of Gabrielson and have to be sent back from Tauern over to Collins. Collins looking to make the move, trying to get past Swacker. And that's going to set up a free kick. No yellow card issued, it looks like, so it'll just be a free kick for Northwest as we approach 1 minute left here in the first half. It'll be taken by Mankata and Schrage once again. Mankata floats this one up, trying to head it in, and it goes off of, looks like Jones, and out of bounds. Down to 20 seconds left in the first half, and it was actually off of Kentauern. Unable to find the back of the net.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
As Looking Bill is going to come up.
2.
And this one just sent out of bounds. And that will do it in the first half. Northwest 1-0, but you got to think that they've had enough opportunities that they want this to be quite a bit higher. It'll be a 10-minute break at halftime. We'll take one as well. You are watching CIML Soccer here on CISN.TV. We'll be right back.
For 75 years, Holt service trucks have hit the streets of central Iowa to help customers in need. It might be for plumbing, heating, cooling, a water heater, or the usual repairs and maintenance. We've done that with quality work from quality employees who bring passion and personality to the job. That's the Holt difference. It gives me great pride to see how our company has grown from the seeds of success my grandfather planted in 1947. That's why more and more central Iowans are saying, let Holt handle that.
Mornings. They can be hectic.
Let's go!
So can your car, so to get a free pickup, drop-off, or delivery, head over to Honest Wrenches. And their loaner vehicles?
No extra charge.
Find your peace of mind with even more wonderful services.
Every vehicle that comes in gets a full visual inspection and a 5-year, 50,000-mile warranty. No extra charge.
Head on over to Honest Wrenches. No extra charge, and it's how service should be.
We all love a good win, however small or ordinary. Losing track of time, finding yourself with a few extra dollars in your pocket, soaking up the perfect Iowa day. These are the everyday delights and small victories that make us smile. These are the moments that connect us all as Iowans. And these are the moments that, more often than not, start with Iowa's farm families and the corn they're growing. Because when corn grows Iowa, Iowans win.
Our spring sales event is going on now at DeArmond Automotive Knoxville. All new 2022s will be sold this month. Up to $5,000 off new 2022 Challenger 392 Scat Packs. Up to $15,000 off new 2022 Ram 1500 Badlanders. Save big now on all remaining new 2022s. All new Chevy, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram on sale now at DeArmond Automotive Knoxville. DeArmondAuto.com.
Setting sales records at the all-new DeArmond Ford Indianola. Many new Fords in stock and arriving daily. The hard-to-find Bronco and Bronco Sports are in stock and have up to $500 accessory bonus cash. The best-selling truck in America, the F-150, get 3.9% APR for 60 months, plus $1,000 bonus cash, plus $1,000 accessory bonus cash. All this is happening now at DeArmond Ford Indianola. DeArmondFord.com, family-owned, family values.
I'm off to college. Oh, rats!
Hi, Joe the Car Guy with a reminder. Before you send your kids off to school, set up an appointment with Westside Auto. We check everything from tires to belts, fluids, hoses, wipers, and lights. 44 inspection points to help prevent that oh rats moment for your students. Call us today to set up your appointment. We'll have your kids off to school saying,
For the best, head west.
Westside Auto.
We all love a good win, however small or ordinary. Losing track of time, finding yourself with a few extra dollars in your pocket, soaking up the perfect Iowa day. These are the everyday delights and small victories that make us smile. These are the moments that connect us all as Iowans. And these are the moments that, more often than not, start with Iowa's farm families and the corn they're growing. Because when corn grows Iowa, Iowans win.
Ever have one of those awkward moments when a business disappointed you? You got ripped off? Didn't get what you expected? The Better Business Bureau can help you avoid these uncomfortable situations. BBB accredited businesses are honest, ethical, and reviewed annually by the BBB. Don't experience another awkward moment with a bad business. Trust the ones that operate with integrity. Look for the BBB seal. It's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore, and you've probably noticed there's shortages on most everything in the market today. Well, Heat and Glow has helped us out this year, and they are focusing their energy on their gas fireplace inserts. So if you've got a drafty old wood-burning fireplace and you want to get it retrofitted into a beautiful, high-efficient gas fireplace, come see us. We will have product to sell you.
Heat and Glow gas fireplace insert from Fireplace Superstore. 109th and Douglas in Urbandale, just west of Homemaker.
All love a good win, however small or ordinary. Losing track of time, finding yourself with a few extra dollars in your pocket, soaking up the perfect Iowa day. These are the everyday delights and small victories that make us smile. These are the moments that connect us all as Iowans. And these are the moments that, more often than not, start with Iowa's farm families and the corn they're growing. Because when corn grows Iowa, Iowans win.
Ever have one of those awkward moments when a business disappointed you? You got ripped off? Didn't get what you expected? The Better Business Bureau can help you avoid these uncomfortable situations. BBB accredited businesses are honest, ethical, and reviewed annually by the BBB. Don't experience another awkward moment with a bad business. Trust the ones that operate with integrity. Look for the BBB seal. It's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore, and you've probably noticed there's shortages on most everything in the market today. Well, Heat and Glow has helped us out this year, and they are focusing their energy on their gas fireplace inserts. So if you've got a drafty old wood-burning fireplace and you want to get it retrofitted into a beautiful, high-efficient gas fireplace, come see us. We will have product to sell you.
Heat and Glow gas fireplace insert from Fireplace Superstore. 109th and Douglas in Urbandale, just west of Homemakers.
Our spring sales event is going on now at DeArmond Automotive Knoxville. All new 2022s will be sold this month. Up to $5,000 off new 2022 Challenger 392 Scat Packs. Up to $15,000 off new 2022 Ram 1500 Badlanders. Save big now on all remaining new 2022s. All new Chevy, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram on sale now at DeArmond Automotive Knoxville. DeArmondAuto.com.
Northwest leading this 1-0 at the halftime break, but man, it feels like they should be up by 2 or 3 goals at this point. They had one that was kicked out of the last second by Mutabazi that would have been an excellent opportunity from Schrage, and then another one that Schrage point-blank range that went off of the back of his own teammate. As you can see on your screen, this one went off of Agassi Torres. It would have been close as Bullerman was right there, but we've seen Schrage put some crazy goals in the back of the net over the years. But right now it stays a 1-0 game. Urbandale's defense has been solid, keeping away a lot of opportunities, but Northwest has been unable to take advantage of most of the chances they've had. We just mentioned those two. Agassi Torres had another one that a beautiful opportunity that was a last-second save. Bullerman has looked great in net today. The only goal that he's allowed off kind of a freak bounce that he had stopped one opportunity and then was just knocked home by another freshman in number 17, Aiden Gabrielson, his second goal of the season. But the Wolves, a team that they can win a lot of low-scoring affairs, and they have seen themselves have to knock out a lot of really close games over the year, including a 2-1 win over Sioux City North and a 4-3 win over Iowa City Liberty over the weekend in their last 2 wins, including sandwich those around the loss to Pleasant Valley, and a lot of one-goal games that they've been able to either pull out or just narrowly lose. A great way for them to build up some experience as we get ready for the playoffs. The other side for Urbandale, they haven't been able to generate much offensively. Rocky Carver's really been held in check. They've been unable to get him in scoring chances, and because of that, they have found themselves shut out here so far. I expect to see a lot of him and Bren Kroll in the second half to set up something on the offensive end. We'll take another break and be back with the start of the second half. You are watching Northwest versus Urbandale Soccer here on CISN.
75 years, Holt service trucks have hit the streets of central Iowa to help customers in need. It might be for plumbing, heating, cooling, a water heater, or the usual repairs and maintenance. We've done that with quality work from quality employees who bring passion and personality to the job. That's the whole difference. It gives me great pride to see how our company has grown from the seeds of success my grandfather planted in 1947. That's why more and more Central Iowans are saying, let Holt handle that.
Mornings. They can be hectic.
Let's go.
So can your car. So to get a free pickup, drop-off, or delivery, head over to Honest Wrenches. And their loaner vehicles?
No extra charge.
Find your peace of mind with even more wonderful services.
Every vehicle that comes in gets a full visual inspection and a 5-year, 50,000-mile warranty. No extra charge.
Head on over to Honest Wrenches. No extra charge, and it's how service should be.
We all love a good win, however small or ordinary. Losing track of time, finding yourself with a few extra dollars in your pocket, soaking up the perfect Iowa day. These are the everyday delights and small victories that make us smile. These are the moments that connect us all as Iowans. And these are the moments that, more often than not, start with Iowa's farm families and the corn they're growing. Because when corn grows Iowa, Iowans win.
Our spring sales event is going on now at DeArmond Automotive Knoxville. All new 2022s will be sold this month. Up to $5,000 off new 2022 Challenger 392 Scat Packs. Up to $15,000 off new 2022 Ram 1500 Badlanders. Save big now on all remaining new 2022s. All new Chevy, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram on sale now at DeArmond Automotive Knoxville. DeArmondAuto.com.
The Wolves and the Jayhawks back out on the field. Northwest with a 1-0 lead as we get set to begin the second half of action. Aiden Gabrielson found the back of the net off the assist from Eric Mancata, the senior to the freshman. And that has been the only scoring here so far. A couple of yellow cards in the first half as well to keep an eye on. JT Suss on one side for Northwest and William Johnson getting one on the other side for the Jayhawks. The field is flipped as Northwest looks to extend their lead, and the Jayhawks will look to tie this one up. Already back underway as the clock rolling here at Northwest Stadium. 40 minutes of soccer left in this one. Northwest looking to get their 10th win of the year, while Urbandale trying to work their way back to 500 and get a big upset here on the road. This one will go out to Clark. And it'll be reversed over the side for Duff. Suss has not made his way back into the game after that yellow card. As this one will go out of bounds, it'll stay with Northwest. 30 seconds gone in the second half of action. You can tell we're looking to make a, as this one is going to be out of bounds to the Jayhawks. Last touched by Duff, as it was Abalaka getting into the thick of things there. Free kick set up over on the far side. This one high, but left short. And looking to be cleared out here. Schrage coming up from the forward spot. Schrage, one of the best goal scorers in the state, was fourth in goals in 4A entering into today's contest. Carver looking to make the move there. It'll go out of bounds and stay with Jayhawks. Throw-in coming here for Parker. Looking to get this one downfield, headed away from Dingus. Abalaka looking to come over and get to it. And now Gonzalez Cabeza has it taken away. Collins there defensively for Northwest. This one goes out wide. Try to set up as Sahich will send this one out of bounds. Marking up on Schrage. But I mentioned before, 14 goals for him this year, good for 4th in 4A. Had 20 of them a year ago, helping get Northwest all the way to the state championship game before they came up just short against Pleasant Valley. Northwest got relegated to that 8th seed after having to deal with the forfeits due to an ineligible player playing in those games. Dropping all the way down the 8th seed, a huge upset over Ankeny in the first round, then took down Ankeny Centennial, who ended Urbandale's season in the first round as well. And then finally coming up just short to that Pleasant Valley squad. Urbandale looking to make some noise as we get further and further into this season as Jason Host came off the bench to make that play, handling the ball now. Gets this one ahead to Schrage, but it's going to be offsides against the senior. Going to need a lot of help from Rockney Carver to try and get this win here tonight. Been held very much in check as Hajderovic gets this one back to Parker and now over to Carver. Made the move past Schrage and will send it over to Sahich. Wind has calmed down a little bit here tonight. Hasn't been nearly the effective force that we thought it would be because those goalposts were waving during pregame warm-ups, but they've really settled down here. Abalaka looking to set this one up, look over for Hissler, but has it knocked away by Collins. Here's Valia Parambil with it along the far sideline. Nice pass forward, but tipped away from behind as Sahich coming up to get it away from Schrage. Abalaka send this one forward for Dinges, but has it taken away. Hissler looking to set up for Abalaka now. Duff able to get a foot on it. We'll tiptoe that baseline and keep it from going out of bounds. Here's Jones, keeps it away from Hajderovic. Jones pass forward, split through a lot of defenders trying to get it to Schrage, but Hajderovic gets the pass instead. Here's Mankata now. 1-8 taken away from the other number 8. Head for Schrage. Schrage's had a couple of beautiful shots on goal here tonight, but both times they have been knocked away at the last second. Hessler trying to keep this one inbounds. But it was Gabrielson coming over to help knock it away. Working it over here to the near side. They'll get to Collins, back to Clark. 5 minutes gone here in the second half. Still just a 1-0 score. Northwest looking to build upon it, and Urbandale trying to even it up. Kintawarn, his throw-in, looking downfield for Schrage. This one will go out of bounds. Last touched by Kroll. Schrage's been held scoreless here so far as they've done a good job marking him up as well, as he's looking to make a move here, but Johnson right there with him. And they're going to say this one goes out of bounds. Schrage trying to handle it on the sideline, but just a little too fancy with it and goes out of bounds. Barker over to Kroll, now to Sahich. Sahich brings it up to the 25. Feeds it back to the middle for Hajderovic and sent back to Kroll. Kroll gets it back here around the 40-yard line. Carver looking to make a move. 7 goals for him this year, but none here tonight. They could use number 8 from him in a big way in this contest. Trying to get a run-out opportunity for Hissler. But Valia Parambil there, able to track it in. The pass back in the middle. Jones gets to it, gets it over to Host. And they're going to say last touch by Northwest goes back to the Jayhawks. Parker sent back for Kroll. And over to the far side for Sahich. Sahich sends this one flying downfield, headed away by Kintawarn. Carver sent back for Kroll once again. Kroll to the near side for Johnson or for Parker, and back to Kroll again. Hajderovic, they try to feed it to him in the middle, but it's taken away. Host ahead for Schrage and back out for Mankata. Mankata set up for Valia Parambil. Into the middle for Gabrielson and sent back for Mankata again. Mankata, cross opportunity, and can't be handled, and Schrage will find the back of the net. Bullerman had it, but it snuck away from him, and Cole Schrage puts goal number 2 up on the board.
Goal scored by number 10, Cole Schrage.
That is goal number 15 and another assist for Mankata. The two seniors hooking up here on senior night to make it 2-0 with 32:24 on the clock. Whether it is hockey, soccer, or basketball, rebounds are always huge on the offensive end. And this one just squirted away from Bullerman, and Schrage and another Wolves offensive player were right there to take advantage if need be. Jones gets this one over to Mankata as Northwest has opened this up a little bit, making it now a multi-score game. See if they can break it wide open and try to put another goal or two up on the board. This one going out wide. Gabrielson set it up for Schrage. Schrage's header goes up through the field goal. That'd be 3 points in the other game of football. As it stands now, though, remains 2-0 as Northwest starting to pick up the pace a little bit offensively. Sage bringing this ball upfield. Mankata and Schrage applying a little bit of pressure on the offensive end. And now Kroll will bring it near the near sideline. Set up for Carver. Carver sends this one downfield. No one there to receive it for Urbandale. And cleared back out by Duff. Good back touch by Collins. Keeps it from going out and eventually goes out back to Northwest. Tauburn looking for a throw-in opportunity. Able to get it into Host. Host gets this one in the middle. No one there to receive it. And Sahich will come away with the ball. And this is going to be a free kick for Sahich and Urbandale. Collins got in the way of Sahich as he was trying to make a move with the ball, but didn't actually get anything on top of it. Epperson will check back in for Urbandale the next opportunity. Trying to get this one downfield for Abalaka. Abalaka puts the shot on, but knocked away. It looked like it was Duff there defensively. Sahich moving upfield a little bit. Carver has this one taken away. And now here comes Schrage coming back the other way. Gets it over to Collins, back to Mankata. Nice pass downfield. And they're going to say offsides. As Northwest unable to take advantage as Schrage, and it looked like over on the far side, another player offsides as well. Remains 2-0, 10 minutes gone here in the second half. William Johnson back into action. As first time we've seen him since that yellow card in the first half. Sahich bringing the ball forward into the offensive zone. Sahich this year, 1 goal in 10 appearances for Urbandale. Just 13 goals this year in the first 10 games of the season for the Jayhawks. And they're going to need a little bit of scoring here to try and work their way back in. Starts with defense here as a nice play by Gonzalez Cabeza. Able to get the steal, but unable to do anything with it. This one cleared out by Duff. It'll go out of bounds. Johnson will have the throw-in, and Epperson will come back into the game. And it is Gonzalez Cabeza who checks out. This one will go out of bounds back to Northwest. It's controlled by Clark back on the defensive line. Pass ahead to Collins, now over to Schrage. Tawern has this one knocked away, and it is Dejas that comes up limping a little bit. Schrage sends it back over for Jones and to Tawern outside. Dejas still as he heads the ground, and it looks like it'll be Mutabazi coming back in for him. Clock will stop with 27:36. While he gets looked at, we'll take a quick break and be right back here on CISN.
We are so much more
than an energy company.
We are connectors,
Community protectors.
And clean energy leaders.
we are
Job creators.
friends and neighbors, stewards of your dollars and savings. Yes, we
We are so much more.
we are the energy,
Behind your everyday.
and we are
Obsessively.
relentlessly.
At your service.
For 75 years, Holt service trucks have hit the streets of central Iowa to help customers in need. It might be for plumbing, heating, cooling, a water heater, or the usual repairs and maintenance. We've done that with quality work from quality employees who bring passion and personality to the job. That's the Holt difference. It gives me great pride to see how our company has grown from the seeds of success my grandfather planted in 1947. That's why more and more central Iowans are saying, let Holt handle that.
We are back underway. Northwest had another opportunity, but an offsides call against Schrage ended that offensive chance. It remains a 2-0 game with 26:37 left in tonight's contest. Urbandale really needing a goal here to try and set something up to possibly tie it up later in the game, but this is where it starts to become crucial. You can score quickly in soccer, but it is tough to do against a team like Northwest that has been very strong all season about holding on to slim leads. Sahich able to bring it into the offensive zone, sends this one over, tipped away as it was Jones there. Mankata able to get a piece of this one over to Host. Host, his pass knocked down by Johnson. Host and Johnson fighting for it here on the near sideline. And it will be Mutabazi coming over to control it. But his pass right over to Jones once again. Jones pass ahead for Host, lets it get past him, and it'll go out of bounds. Last touch by Northwest, a throw in for Urbandale. And Parker will come back in. It looks like it'll be Swacker headed to the bench for Urbandale. And Johnson will handle the throw in. Pass thrown into Hajdervich. And it'll go out of bounds. Last touched by Keenan. Aiden Gintawar on the throw-in. Gets it ahead trying to find Collins. And Collins gets double teamed, but a pass set up beautifully. And here's Host in the middle. Get the cross pass, but knocked away by Parker. I think if he had a little outside touch there, he would have been able to set up something for Schrage. But alas, the offensive opportunity unable to be taken advantage of, and remains 2-0. In JV action, Urbandale took down Northwest 3-1 before the start of tonight's game. Throw in for Valia Parambil. Trying to set up a cross, but no one there. girls soccer action tonight. Northwest versus Urbandale. A big blowout win for the Wolves. 8-1 the final in that one. Big game from Natalie Gallagher with a hat trick for her, as well as goals for Macy Davis, Anna Capola. As Urbandale got a goal for Kylie Lumley, but Sam Elchis, Josie Vanderkroll, and finally Zoe Mahoney also able to put goals up with a hat trick for Natalie Gallagher, coming up huge, outscoring the Jayhawks 3-1 on her own. Big season so far for the girls soccer teams. They moved to 10-0 now and retain their #1 ranking. Schrage plays this off the goalie, gets the shot up, and another goal for the team's leading scorer. Goal number 16 for Cole Schrage. And not too often you're able to play it off the goalie to yourself.
Scored by number 10.
But Schrage did exactly that, and there was nothing that Kroll was going to be able to do on that one. Makes it 3-0, 23-17 left on the clock. Goal number 2 for Cole Schrage, his final home game as a Northwest Wolf. Been a huge part of the soccer program for the Waukee Community School District. One of the top goal scorers for Waukee 2 years ago, and a team that went undefeated in the regular season before losing in heartbreaking fashion in the sub-state finals. The leader in goals and assists last year for the state runner-up Wolves team, and now this year, goal number 16 on the year. And that'll possibly move him up a little bit in the rankings. Came in today 4th in the state in 4A in goals on the year with 14. Coming in today's game, Schrage already had more goals than the entire Urbandale squad himself. And he's only added to his impressive total here tonight. This pass forward from Epperson, trying to get it to Hajderovic. Here's Collins trying to outrun the defense. But a nice play by Mutabazi to take it away from behind. Mutabazi coming down the near sideline. 2 defenders there, and Duff will clear this one out. Goes off the head of Johnson. Abalaka can't control it. And here's Mankata. Mankata looking downfield. Schrage for another run-out opportunity. Schrage, 2 goals tonight, looking for the hat trick. Just a little too tall. Goes just above the crossbar. Otherwise, that would have been a hat trick here on senior night for the team captain. And Mankata set him up beautifully and just a little too strong. Missed it by maybe 2 feet. Sahich with it here on the defensive end. Epperson able to get this one outside. Parker back to Epperson. The Jayhawks trying to get some momentum built up their way, as this one has been all Wolves so far. Leah Harambo will get it into Clark. Torres here in the middle, knocked to the ground, and it'll be a free kick for the Wolves. From Tawarn, pass downfield, looking for Schrage. Schrage, 1 man to beat, has it tipped away. That'll be a throw in here on the near side corner as we approach the halfway point of the second half. 20 minutes gone, 20 minutes left on this side of halftime. Wolves up 3-0 as they look to hold on and pick up win number 10. This one headed up, and Collins able to get a nice tip back towards the goal. Try to clear it out, but Mankata with the header. From Tawarn on the cross. Set it up for Schrage, a little bit of a bicycle kick, and this one sent out of bounds by Sahich, and will be a corner opportunity for the Wolves on the near side. This one left short. Schrage puts the shot up and headed away. This one will land out of bounds, and it'll be a goal kick for Bullerman. Off the return fire from Collins, it looked like. Sandoval or Dogic, and Carver come back in for Urbandale. Under 19 minutes remaining. Sahich sends this one outside looking for Johnson. Johnson goes over the head, and Torres able to come away with the ball. They were trying to get this one forward for Abalaka. And the pass forward from Kroll goes out of bounds. Looks like Northwest trying to feed the ball to Schrage even more here in the second half. And he's rewarded him with a pair of goals. This one goes out of bounds back to Urbandale. This one headed up in the air out of bounds off of Jones. They'll move the ball up about 20 yards and do it again. Johnson's throw in, looking to get it down for Hajdarevic. Torres goes over the head again, now gets it into the middle. Sets it up for Collins in the middle of the field. Looks to go out wide on the far side for Gabrielson. Gabrielson, one goal in the first half. Here's Valia Parambil. In the middle again for Collins, push from behind. Puts this shot on and miss it just by a couple feet to the wide right of the net. Remains a 3-0 game as we have 17:15 on the clock. Left short, and Sahich will bring the ball upfield. As soon as Schrage comes over to try and apply some pressure, pass forward. Intercepted by Katawarn, but Kroll will get it right back. Schrage over to Collins. Trying to set some up for Schrage. Schrage one-on-one with the goalie and too strong. Schrage has had a couple of run-out opportunities, just hasn't been able to find that back of the net for goal number 3. Remains a 3-0 game once again. Bullerman did a good job getting in front to take away a little bit of that angle for the Northwest leading scorer. Wolves still lead this one 3-0 as we approach 16 minutes left in this contest. The Wolves are looking to move to 10-2 on the year. Those only losses 0-1 contest they dropped to Johnston and Pleasant Valley, ranked number 2 and number 5 respectively. And Northwest right in between them at number 4. Schrage sets this one up and can't find the net as it was Gabrielson looking for goal number 2. The offense has come alive a lot here in the second half, but Northwest just hasn't been able to take advantage. Northwest had a couple of shots that came up a little short in the first half. They've been a little bit more successful in the offensive end with 2 goals compared to 1. As Schrage sets this one up for Mancata. Pass over to the side, intercepted. Gabrielson makes the move, puts a shot on, and the freshman gets goal number 2. Gabrielson fooled 2 defenders, and with just under 15 minutes left, made a great shot. There's 1, and 2 trying to go for that slide tackle, and both come up short. Gabrielson gets it past Bullerman for his second tonight. 4-0 now with 14:58 on the clock. Here's Schrage again on the offensive end. couple of players breaking wide. Gabrielson puts this one on. Bullerman able to handle it from about 20 yards out. Another one that Bullerman knocks down. Bullerman has gotten tested a lot here in the second half. And Looking Bill on the other side hasn't really had much action on that side of the field at all. Gabrielson, this one kicked out of bounds by Epperson. Gabrielson get ahead to the bench. A huge performance for him here tonight. 2 goals. Came in with just 1 on the season. He's replaced by Grant Gilmore. Coach Carlos Acebe has to be very happy with what he's seen from the freshman here tonight. Great sign of things to come in the future for Northwest soccer. And a big part of the present now. Got some action off the bench early on. He's rewarded the minutes in this contest. Leah Paramble has this one tipped away. Coming back, though, it'll be a throw-in for Northwest. So a free kick opportunity for the Wolves. Handled by Minkata. Schrage over there as well. Schrage 1 goal away from a hat trick here on senior night. Minkata will get some lift onto this one. Headed up in the air. And last touch by Northwest, so it'll be a goal kick. Hissler will check out on one side, and Collins will head to the bench for Northwest on the other. As clock approaches 12 minutes left in this one. As this one taken away by Minkata, away from Epperson. Try to set up, and just a little bit too far behind. Torres sends this one cascading off of the crossbar on the field goal, not on the goal itself. Another one that he's just put a little too much on here tonight. Minkata was looking for another assist. Schrage, turn, looking to get a shot off. And just a little bit to wide right. And they're going to say last touched actually by the Jayhawks, so it'll be another corner opportunity. Minkata, a pair of assists here tonight. Another one will give him a playmaker with his third. Under 11 minutes remaining. Schrage and Minkata in the near side corner. Schrage will take this one. And it'll be kicked out of bounds, and they'll line it up and do it again. It looked like Schrage was actually trying to bend this one like Beckham into the goal. We've seen crazier things from him. Northwest beat Valley early on in the season off of a corner similar to this. This one almost an own goal it looked like it was going to be. And it'll go out of bounds. Schrage probably would have preferred if it had just remained in play, as he would have had an opportunity coming in from that near side. So a third corner now coming up for the Wolves. 4-0, 2 goals tonight for Gabrielson, 2 for Schrage, as Suss comes back in. And on the other side, it is Rempe returning to action. Suss, the first time we've seen him since that yellow card in the first half. He places Valia Parambil. As the third time the charm is Schrage. Another one. And this one's going to go out of bounds on the other side, and it'll be a throw-in. It looks like it will be Gilmore handling it. Nope, it'll be Mankata taking it out of bounds. Northwest has been trying to get the ball to Schrage to see if he can pick up that hat trick. And on the throw-in, takes a bad bounce, goes out of bounds for a goal kick. So a lot of action here. 3 corner kicks, a throw-in, and a goal kick, and no goal out of it. This pass forward, a nice one, able to get it to Urdagic. Kapich on the other side. Suss comes over to take it away from Parker. And giving chase is Clark. And he'll kick it out of bounds to avoid a corner opportunity for Urbandale. Urbandale hasn't shown much offensively here in the second half. Haven't even had the ball much on this half of the field. But they've still played hard on the defensive end, and there's been some great plays out there from guys like Mutabazi and Sahich tonight. Kroll with a nice couple of takeaways. And Bullerman has done his best at times. He's faced some tough shots. Really the only mistake he made was the one that he let it get away, and it ended up being a goal for Schrage. This one tipped away by Hissler and cleared out as it's going to be Torres getting over to it. And it'll go out of bounds and a throw in for Northwest as it'll be handled by King Tawhorn on the near side. Under 8 minutes remaining in this one. Northwest well on their way to win number 10 in 12 contests this season. Beautiful touch pass here from Schrage. Mankata, can he set something up? Shot in, and goal number 5. This one for Gilmore, and that is the playmaker for Eric Mankata. 3 assists here tonight. All started with Schrage with the over-the-head touch pass. Mankata feeds it over, and Gilmore does the rest.
Goal scored by number 18, Grant Gilmore.
Makes it 5-0. And for Gilmore, that is goal number 3 on the season. And he scores on senior night, not something he's been able to do much this year. As both Gilmore and Schrage were in the area looking for goal number 5 for the team. As this one may be well in hand for Northwest at this point, but still a lot of soccer left to play. Mankata came in with 10 assists, more than double anyone else on the team, and he picks up 3 more here tonight. Working it back down here again. Sent over to Torres. Torres has it taken away. Now Carver looking to bring it back down for a counterattack. Reverses action. Feeds this one over to Sandoval or Urdagic. Johnson back to Kroll. Kroll looking to go out wide. Parker out there, able to receive the pass. 6.5 minutes remaining. Fed back inside for Rempe. Rempe, this one goes off Mankata, and will be a throw-in on the far side for Parker. Host substitutions coming in for Urbandale. It is going to be Mujic. Good to see him back on the field after that injury earlier, along with Swacker and number 25, Gonzalez Cabeza. Side Pathuro checking back in. Dunn coming in for the first time. And it looks like Mankata and Schrage will head off the field for the final time as members of the Northwest Wolves here at home, at least in the regular season. We'll see what playoffs brings. And Caleb Dukamana, the other substitution into the game for the Wolves. Big performances here tonight from the seniors Mankata and Schrage. Schrage with a pair of goals and 3 assists for Mankata, adding it to their team leads here tonight. And Ball coming back the other way. Bullerman able to scoop this one up. Coming in tonight, we talked a lot about what we've seen from scoring for Cole Schrage. 16 goals now on the year. But Mankata was tied for 5th in assists, and his game tonight, barring other action around the state, that would be tied with Manny Sanchez from Des Moines East for the state lead with 13. And with Schrage's goals, it ties him also from East, Jose Balderas Hernandez. So 2 Northwest players potentially tying the state leads with 2 East players, as East has had a very strong season this year as well. Ranked currently just outside of the top 15, but they have, just outside the top 5 at number 8, 11-1 this year. As they look to make some big wins late in the season. 4:20 left on the clock. As this one goes off of Indikumana, and it'll be a throw in here. Also into the game for the Jayhawks was number 23, Safe Chaudhry. As Caleb Ndikumana gets the steal on this one. This pass in the middle, able to get it over to Pathuru. Looking to feed it to the far side. And I believe they're going to call offsides here. Under 4 minutes remaining. So with the win, Northwest will move to 10-2 this year. One of the top teams in the state this season. One of the few teams that'll be in double figures, depending on what happens with teams like Pleasant Valley, Dowling, and Valley as well. With 3:20 remaining on the clock, Northwest up 5-0 goals tonight. 2 of them for Aiden Gabrielson and 2 for Cole Schrage. And the 5th one came for senior Grant Gilmore, his 3rd of the season. 3 assists tonight for Eric Mankata. And a couple of the goals have come in quick fashion tonight for the Wolves. Tied their season high tonight with 5 goals. Also had 5 against Norwalk, Council Bluffs, Lincoln, and opened the year with a 5-3 win over Ames in an impressive fashion. This one goes out of bounds back to Northwest with 2.5 minutes remaining. Urbandale, the loss tonight will drop them to 4-8, but a spirited effort from them throughout this entire game. They haven't been able to get much going offensively. The defense has never stopped competing. They will be back in action on the road at Norwalk on Friday. Norwalk, one of those teams that you can never overlook. Even at the 3A ranking, they play a lot of 4A teams. 6-5 on the year, ranked number 7 in 3A. So we'll see what that will have in store for them, Coach Wesley and this Jayhawk squad. They will wrap up the season the next week with games at home against Ankeny and Dowling Catholic. That'll be 2 tough opponents for them. Ankeny hasn't had the best season this year, but always a strong school in sports. And Dowling on the other side, ranked number 1 in 4A to close out the regular season. Northwest, it is their final home game of the year, as this Saturday they will be on the road to take on Davenport North and Bettendorf. That's another one! Finds the back of the net. Caleb Ndikumana able to put one home and makes it 6-0 with 1:25 left. Ndikumana, his first goal of the season this year as a junior, has played a couple big games for them and finally able to find pay dirt. As the clock will stop, 1:25 remaining in this one. The Northwest taking on Davenport North and Bettendorf before 2 tough opponents themselves. Close out the year. They will be at Dowling a week from tonight. This one grabbed by Looking Bill. One of the first times he's had to touch the ball in a while. And they will wrap up the regular season next Friday night on the road against Ankeny Centennial. So 2 top 15 opponents to close out the regular season. An excellent opportunity to build some momentum going into the playoffs. Just about 2 weeks away from now we will see what these teams have to offer come sub-state time. Under a minute left in this one. Northwest 6, Urbandale 0. The Wolves and Jayhawks, a close first half, but Northwest has unloaded here in the second half, as it was one goal from Aiden Gabrielson in the first half of action. But since then, 2 for Caleb Schrage, 1 for Grant Gilmore, another 1 for Gabrielson, and finally 1 for Ndikumana, as this one gets launched up in the air and will work its way downfield. As a late break, and that'll be free kick opportunity.
8, 7.
It looked like Torres was trying to get one last break to see if he could put a goal up or something in the closing seconds. But that will do it here tonight. The final score, 6-0. Mentioned before, Northwest, ranked number 4 in the state, will move to 10-2. Loss drops Urbandale to 4-8. I want to wish luck to both programs as they look to finish up the regular season over the next week and a half and get ready for district and sub-state action. Goals tonight: 2 for Aiden Gabrielson, 2 for Cole Schrage, 1 for Caleb Ndikumana, and 1 for Grant Gilmore. The hat trick the playmaker for Eric Mancata with 3 assists tonight, and Northwest captures the win 6-0. I want to thank everyone for tuning in here tonight on CISN. I am Tyler French, signing off for Northwest Stadium. We'll see you next time.
1,300 vehicles on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. If we don't have it, you can build it. Newly expanded service department means we're hiring. See the openings on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com.
Ever have one of those awkward moments when a business disappointed you? You got ripped off? Didn't get what you expected? The Better Business Bureau can help you avoid these uncomfortable situations. BBB accredited businesses are honest, ethical, and reviewed annually by the BBB. Don't experience another awkward moment with a bad business. Trust the ones that operate with integrity. Look for the BBB seal. It's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Free Godfather's Pizza begins with the download. Order through my new online ordering app and start earning free pizza and sides. It's easy. Download the